Peace and blessings to the universal fam. It's Asar Amirah of Indigenous People Media Outlet. Now, this is part two of my response to Saneter, Black News 102. You know, I got a love-hate relationship with them, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Saneter, though. But the reason why I'm doing this video, I'm going to double back and I'm going to add on to what I did about the Aboriginal versus Kemetic, or the Black conscious community versus the Aboriginal community. I'm going to double back and I'm going to do another part to that one. So I'm going to make this build, the response to Saneter, I'm going to make that an actual series. So this is part two of that. And then in part three, I'm going to go back to the Aboriginal versus Black consciousness. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go back to that. But in this part, we want to talk about the one of the shows that Saneter did recently, and he had an ex-FBI informant on his show. Now, we all know that COINTELPRO was how the feds dismantled the Black conscious community in the 60s, and how they have pretty much kept it at bay since then. You know, it's basically through COINTELPRO. So to be dealing with an ex-FBI informant or a current FBI informant that brought down a organization that was pretty much FUBU, for us, by us, you know, it's kind of questionable, and it's just not a good look for Saneter to be having interviews with these type of people. I'm gonna tell you why. Now, the guy, he said that he pretty much turned informant or went to the FBI to get his kids out of the movement of the Yahweh Ben Yahweh movement that was in Miami. So he said to get his kids out, when it come down to his babies, he'll go to the FBI on Jesus, or he'll kill you, whatever he said, some wild stuff like that, which is commendable. You know what I'm saying? And you don't never want to let people tug on your heartstrings with these type of stances that they might take. Because this is my thing. And this is basically why I'm doing the video. I want to ask a question. This is for the people, you know what I'm saying? If the informant sees this, the ex-informant, if he sees this and he wants to respond, he could do so. But basically my question is, if you cared about your babies so much, how could you leave your babies behind? How can you leave out the movement, hightailing it, assholes and elbows, running fast as you can, but you left your kids behind? That's like leaving your kids behind in a burning house. So you telling me that the house is on fire, but all you want to do, and your kids is in the other room, but you're going to just jump out the window and leave your kids in there to burn up? Is that how we rocking? Is that man shit? Because that's basically what I heard Saneter and I heard the ex-informant guy say, that as a man, you know, you got to take a stance. So he went to the feds, and that was the man thing to do. But the man thing to do was to take your kids with you when you left. What they say, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So that wasn't worth dying for? Getting up out of there with your kids, or at least putting your life on the line? That wasn't worth putting your life on the line for that? To get up out of there with your kids? No. Only thing you was thinking about was you getting out of there. At that moment, when you left, you didn't care about if your kids got harmed after you left or not, got abused after you left. You didn't care about none of that. All you cared about was saving your own skin, man. So I don't want to hear that shit about the man thing to do is to go to the motherfucking feds, the FBI. They basically are the reason why melanated people are in the position that they're in today, because they took all our leaders. They stunted our growth as far as a nation, and pretty much got us on some, you know what I'm saying, just they got us on the point to where we just we're happy just to be a part of it. Or we the equality that they give us, we happy for that. Even though it's not a true equality, we're just happy just to be able to do the same things that they can do. Shop at the same stores, wear the same clothes, eat the same foods. That's what basically we took in place of our movement, is to be able to live a European lifestyle. It's basically what all came out of that. You know what I'm saying? We traded in black consciousness or the plight of our people to just live a European lifestyle. And that's, the feds are responsible for that. So basically, that's my question to that ex-informant guy. And I also want Saneter to hear this too, because he's pretty much co-signing this guy, man. Saneter saying he would have did the same thing. So you telling me, Saneter, Black News 102, you would have left that organization without taking your kids with you, man? Your seeds? Your blood? Come on, man. That's not man shit. That's coward shit. If you ask me, the ex-informant guy, he went to the feds because Yahweh Ben Yahweh was smashing his wife. Yahweh Ben Yahweh took his woman. That's why he went to the feds. And whose fault is that ultimately? The Yahweh Ben Yahweh took your woman. It was yours. You took her into that movement. You brought her into that movement. Or y'all joined the movement together. However, that was your fault, man. Now, as far as the kids go, I love the babies. I don't want to see no harm done to no babies. Nobody, I love the babies. You know what I'm saying? That's the best part. The understanding. The babies, that's the understanding. That's the best part. But my thing is, why didn't you take your babies with you? You was man enough to go to the FBI and bring down this major organization and inform it. You proud of that. But why didn't you take your babies with you when you left the organization? How could you leave your babies behind if you love your baby so much and that was what drove you in this whole thing, this whole ordeal or whatever? That's a question I really would like to know. And the whole time since this guy has entered the community, he's never answered this question. He's pretty much just justified his move or whatever. And yeah, man, this question has never been answered. So I'm putting that question out there, and this question needs to be answered. How could you leave a movement that you knew was basically detrimental to our people? How could you leave that movement and leave your kids behind? That's my question. And so now, shout out to Israel Doctrine, because I'm gonna use his method right now. In this series that I'm doing, response to Saneter, Black News 102, I'm going to take a page out of Israel Doctrine's book and what you would say Hassan Campbell. I'm going to take a page out of both of their books and I'm going to do response videos to Black News 102 and Saneter. I need to build my channel up. They basically telling me that I haven't met the guidelines. The YouTube, my channel doesn't meet the YouTube guidelines. So I got to, tweak a couple things here or there. But we're going to go in on the response to Saneter build. You're going to be seeing a lot of those. This is part 2. Be looking forward to part 3 and so on and so on. And this is not beef videos. So if you're looking for beef videos, you're looking for me to be cussing motherfuckers out and, talking reckless and going in. All I'm doing right here, I'm just strictly dealing with the information. I'm strictly dealing with the information. And I think this will be very instrumental for our people. Because a lot of things I do agree with what Black News 102 does. But a lot of times I do have grievances. So instead of me trying to call in or type some shit in the chat, and Saneter probably never sees the shit, I'm going to just do my response videos. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, y'all feel free to like, comment, share. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to y'all adding on to the conversation and all that. And y'all let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? To the ex-FBI informant. How could you leave your kids behind when you left the movement? If you love your baby so much, like you say, how could you do that? As a man. That's the question that I have. Peace and blessings to the universal fam. Cosmic salute.